you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
What?
That's because my computer was on mute because I'm really smart.
I was like, wait,
Oh.
how can she not hear us, but she's responding? What's going on?
I saw your mouths moving. That's
Oh.
all I knew. That's all I knew. All right. Well, do we need to wait or should we just get rolling?
Maybe wait like 1 minute, see if any others hop on.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see you all on.
What?
I was just going to say, I'm excited to see you all on. It was such short notice, so this is
I know.
rockstar.
I have to bake a cake tonight.
What?
I'm like, yeah, I have a student teacher, and her last week is this week, but she's gone Thursday, Friday for a conference. And I had planned with, like, our staff, like, yeah, let's have, like, a big potluck, like a farewell. I'll bring the cake. And, like, literally, I like, took my last bite of dinner. I was like, shit, I got to make a cake.
Oh, my God.
Drove me to the stupid supermarket because I was, like, freaking out. So that's going to be fun to do.
Yeah.
In a little while.
You could just buy one. Like already.
It's like so expensive to buy a cake, and it's like $4 to make one.
Yeah, I suppose.
And it's like made with love, you know, like who knows what those other people make it with.
True. Angst. Because they're
I can write whatever I want on this cake. I can make it.
I like it.
So yeah. That's what I'm doing tonight.
Sweet. Well, I'm fielding the gazillion messages because I messaged like 50 people today. So,
yeah, I'm getting some too.
All right. Well, I think we can probably get started.
All right, cool.
Everyone's on.
Okay.
Stragglers.
Well, Devin and I put our heads together and thought that to help you guys and even to help us just get more creative with our posts, her and I both kind of scoured some of the top coaches and just did a little screenshotting of some of their posts that got a lot of traction.
Oop, can you guys mute your end just in case? If there's some background noise. Gracias.
So we scoured some of the top coaches. Some of these Devin and I had saved just for future posts for ourselves. But basically, you know, this last week is going to take some work, some creativity, and you're going to kind of have to use that subliminal marketing a little bit to target your people that you're maybe having conversations with, or maybe those people who are just kind of silently watching you. And we're trying to help them get over that last little hurdle that's holding them back from making some healthy changes. So I put together a little slideshow of the pictures that Devin and I came up with. I should probably share screen first. All right, so you guys can see that? Good? Okay, so basically after today we have 5 days to kill it, to put all of our excuses behind and hit Success Club 5 if we haven't already. Those of you who have, you're shooting for Success Club 10, of course. So basically everything is going to be tailored towards what you're posting on social media. I know my team, well, we did a combined call last week and we talked about overcoming objections through messaging. So this is just another avenue of targeting your customer base. So, you know, this can vary depending on your target market, but for myself, a full-time working person, I find the most success when I post something right away in the morning. And if I post at like 8 or 9 o'clock, I don't really get as much traction because people are already at work. So think about when people are sitting down for breakfast, they're drinking their coffee, and they're scrolling around on Facebook. That's when you could be posting something. So maybe you're not a morning workout person. You don't have to be. I don't want you to pretend to be somebody that you're not. But everybody in this group right here either drinks or eats their breakfast. So you could share a healthy, quick recipe for on the go. You could share what you're making your kids for breakfast that day. You could do a post about your Shakeology that day. You could post just something humorous about needing to have a coffee IV drip because you're tired from the busy work week or something like that. So something right away in the morning just kind of gets you on everybody's radar. The more engagement you have at the start of the day, that post is going to keep showing up throughout the day. So you could catch people at the lunch hour, and you could catch people at the evening hour just from that one morning post. So don't just put it off because, hey, I don't really work out in the morning because I don't have time, or I like to work out in the evening. You can still throw something up that's valuable to people, even if it's just like a Monday or morning motivation, some sort of affirmation, something positive to get people smiling right away in the morning. And then I don't really have a lot of luck around the lunch hour, but I do have luck from 3:30 to 5:30, and that's usually when I post like a really engaging like picture of like my dog or my family. Tonight you'll notice I posted something about Landon and I riding on the Harley. Those pictures usually get a lot of interest. So something not Beachbody related, but something that's going to get a lot of likes and a lot of shares or a lot of comments. Likes, shares, and comments are what keep your posts showing up on people's news feeds. And then in the evening between 7:30 and 9:30, I don't usually post until 9 o'clock at night if I'm doing like a bigger post for like a challenge group or something. And that varies. I mean, you could try 7 o'clock, you could try 7:30 and just kind of see what works for you. I will wake up with a lot of comments and likes and questions and messages in my inbox. I go to bed at 10 o'clock. I go to bed. I don't worry about after I post that. I just kind of let it go. But that's going to help you have something to work with in the morning. So,
yeah.
Kevin, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just to add to that, if you're not a morning person and you're not up at 6 a.m., that's totally fine, but you can schedule your posts like the night before, like on your like page. So, think of something motivational, think of something, funny to start out the day. Think of a workout maybe that you want to share, or whatever it may be. You can schedule it on your like page, and then say you wake up at 8 a.m. You can go back in, copy, paste it, and then share it on your personal page if you want, put it on Instagram. But at least you got that one post up on your like page. Because that's your fitness and health account. So things like that, make sure to get those up. It makes it almost like clockwork. And it's something that I'm working on myself too. But just to be consistent with that, because with your like page, it's a business. So people are going to look to that page for you that same time every single day. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, like Melanie Mitro posts a workout selfie like every morning at 5:30 a.m., which does not have to be you by any means. It's totally not me. I am not a morning person. But getting into the habit of getting like those certain times that you post and finding the best times for yourself to post is going to be worth it, because people are going to automatically come to your page knowing that there's a post there, and that's why they're going to follow you with that consistency. So just something else to keep in mind too.
Not really sure. Like for me personally, like on my lunch hour, I do check my phone. So like if you aren't a morning person, maybe that lunch hour is your time, and that's when your followers are going to be watching you. So it's not to say that that morning post right away, first thing, 6 a.m. has got to happen. But find your thing. So like you can share. I am not a morning person. I cannot find the motivation to wake up in the morning. I love to work out at night. Share that, because that's real. Don't pretend that you're a get up early, super energized morning wake up person if you're not. You're going to connect with different types of people. There are very many people out there that are not morning workout people. So you just have like a whole different market that you can work with. So maybe you're like post on at the noon hour. You can post your breakfast at the noon hour too. You don't have to just you guys get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and another thing that one of the things that helped me too was like thinking of myself pre-Beachbody, like when I personally would go on Facebook, like if it was before work, if it was on my lunch break, if it was after work before I picked up the kids or whatever it was. I thought about those times like throughout my day and wrote them down and tried to post like during those times for myself as a coach now, because like that's the market that you're reaching out to, is people like you, because that's the people that are going to relate to you. So if you take the time to just think about that, like think of when you would typically check Facebook according to your own schedule, your own lifestyle, whatever it is, write those times down and just toy around with it. Try to post during those times and see what your engagement's like. And if it's nothing, maybe bump it up an hour, or, do an hour later. Just kind of mess around with it, but you will find that sweet spot for yourself. And it's not going to be the same for everybody, but it's going to be beneficial for you and your market that you're trying to reach. That's all.
That is all.
Yeah.
Okay. So what should you post about? And this is really what the rest of the slides are going to be about. So product of the product. If we're going to be encouraging other people to try different fitness programs or Shakeology, we have to show them that we really stand behind it and we really believe in it. So being product of the product in your post and using your Facebook page as your accountability is a really big deal, and it's something that's going to help your business. And then another thing that I never used to do, but I heard this from another coach, is when people are sending you these excuses, use your posts to target the excuses and the objections that you're getting. Your posts can also be motivational, inspirational. Quotes are very popular. You can find a lot of things on Pinterest. And then talking about what coaching has done for you, which is another thing that I really didn't do enough of when I first started, because I just felt like, oh, well, I'm not making the 6 figures that Melanie Mitro is making. I'm still working full time. But, I thought back to, well, before Beachbody, like just going to buy a new pair of running shoes was like not really in the budget. So little things like that, filling up your shopping cart, being able to take your kids new school clothes shopping, or replacing the roof on your house, or, just any little thing, like my husband and I actually being able to go out like on an extra date night or something like that. So posting about those little things too is really important. They might seem insignificant to you, but if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty big deal.
It's also too, like, people might get intimidated by posts that are like, I'm doing so well, I'm making all this money, I'm buying a house, thank you Beachbody. Like those posts are awesome, don't get me wrong, but they're not relatable to the average person. So someone who's thinking about coaching or toying around with the idea, like if they see posts like, I just paid for my groceries this week, or, I got a flat tire and was able to cover it with my money I made this week in Beachbody, or I was able to pay for all my Christmas presents this holiday season without putting anything on a credit card. Like those are huge things that can happen in our lives because of this opportunity, and things that we should be sharing, and they're going to be the most relatable to the average person. So don't be afraid to show that.
Something that I do a lot, like almost every single time I'm going to do like an invite post or a challenge group post, a few hours beforehand, I post something that's really engaging. So like I said, tonight I posted a picture of my husband and I on our bike because I knew it would get a lot of action. You can also pose a question, because for what, human nature is like, yeah, we like to just like word vomit our opinion at every single person that will listen to us. So think of something that, asks for an answer. Rebecca had a really good post the other night. She asked parents, Rebecca, what was it again? I'm going to get it wrong.
What was it?
The one about
when
what
you
if
ask your kid. Yeah. What do your kids respond when you ask, why does mommy and daddy exercise every day? Something like that.
Yeah, and you got like a ton of response, and it was cute and it was funny and people laughed about it, and I tried to think of something really hilarious that Marley would say, but I was like, just could not come up with anything. I even asked Landon, he was like worthless, so I really tried. But things like that. comments are even better than likes. Likes are great, but comments, Facebook deems that post as super engaging, and it's going to keep showing up. So if you do something like that before a bigger post, then that next post is going to show up just as often. So like this one, for example, this isn't the best example that I could find, but yes or no, people want to give their opinion on fashion, or people want to give their opinion on, what should you have for dinner tonight, or what movie should you go see this weekend? Just little questions like that you really wouldn't think anything of, people will respond.
Yeah, I knew like last year this time I posted how do you make your chili with noodles or without noodles, because I'm from Minnesota and we don't add noodles to our chili. It's the right way to do it, just so you know. But I posted that on my timeline last season, and I got like 40 some comments of people like telling me I was crazy, or some people being like, that's the only way to do it, so like posts that aren't even Beachbody related, like stuff where you ask an opinion, is totally where it's at if you want to boost engagement on your following post. Like Leah said, people always want to chime in and they always have an opinion, so ask for it.
One thing I did too is I posted the pictures that my sister took of Landon and I for our Christmas card pictures. I posted that on my like page, and it was getting a ton of likes. So I boosted it a couple days later because I knew I was going to be making a big challenge group post. So I went back and I boosted that. Or you could even, if you didn't want to spend money, you could just repost it. Delete it from the previous post and then repost it and get more likes on it, or boost it. It doesn't always have to be like your challenge group post is what you're boosting. You're just trying to get attention on your page. So, the best way to get that is to have an engaging post first and foremost, and then to boost it. All right, so something to post about is being real. We talked about, like, if you're not a morning workout person, don't pretend to be. If you don't follow Amy Silverman, she's really great. She, went from being an overweight, struggling bartender to, she's, I think, number 2 or number 1 right as of now.
Mm-hmm.
But she shares everything, the struggles that she went through to having like cystic acne, all this other stuff. And it just makes you feel like, man, she can do it, so can I. Brandy Bots is another one. So this is another really good post. Do I have to adult today? Can someone else please adult for me? I want to take the day off, but it's Monday. It's time to kill it. Okay, so just letting people know that, no, I don't actually just roll out of bed wanting to work out, and I don't automatically choose this piece of broccoli over a piece of cake. So be realistic, because people don't want to work out with or follow or be in a challenge group with somebody who's perfect, because it makes them feel inferior, makes them feel like I just can't do it. Chelsea Pearson is also really wonderful. She's a curvy girl. She's proud of it. She doesn't want to be a size 2. She's just a super healthy role model for women. So here's another one, just like looking at yourself and, thinking about all the things that you're not. So just be inspiring to people and just share your real thoughts. Another one we talk about is targeting excuses or objections. So, we get a lot of, I don't have time, I'm too busy, that type of thing. So these are just a list of things that you can talk about, like how to clear your mind. Like people say, I'm just too stressed right now to take on one more thing. Talk about all those things that exercise can do for you. In your post, it gives you more energy. It helps you burn off that negative energy. You feel more confident. You feel stronger. Jacqueline Stokes is another top coach, and she's a mom and she's busy, and she's driving her kid from this place to this place and no time for breakfast. But that's not an excuse, and that's why Shakeology is wonderful, because it's that quick meal that's a guaranteed healthy meal every single day. So I'm not going to read through all these posts because they're kind of long, but we'll share this slideshow so that you guys can refer back to this when you're making your posts this week too. All right, so motivate your audience. We talked about motivating and inspiring. Amy Silverman, her post, I'm really going to start focusing on keeping you guys motivated during these hard few months. I asked my wellness group what they struggle with most during the holidays. And of course, food came up and stress. What are some things that you struggle with during the fall and winter? So, she got 75 comments on that. I'm sure this was like, right away in the afternoon. So by the end of the day, she probably had 1 million. Yeah. But, she's asking a question. And then, even if she could have maybe not even asked her group of, people that she works with, but she knows in the back of her head, like, I keep getting these objections about being stressed out and not having money or whatever. The holidays are stressing me out. So she's going to target her post based on that. The one in the middle is about Halloween. What's your plan? Are you going to stay on track? Are you going to fall off the wagon? What is your plan? Brittany Leggett, she's talking about what is your fall and winter plan? So these are 3 really good ones to get your audience thinking about what are you going to be doing in the next couple months to kind of keep yourself on track.
Yeah, and just to chime in, this is kind of off topic a little bit, but if you don't follow Amy Silverman, I'm not saying like you have to or that like you should all love her and think she's awesome like I do, but she's one that is like unapologetically herself in every single post. She doesn't care what other people think. She's not your typical like makeup, hair done all the time, beach body, successful coach. Like she's got tattoos, she's got blue hair. She, it does her own thing. Which is really, really cool and why a lot of people follow her because she's herself and she's not trying to be anybody else but herself. So keep that in mind too when you're posting. Like, we're going to give you all these examples of like ideas and things to post about, but make them you. Like think of things that relate to you and just use this as inspiration. And be yourself with your posts. Like, people can tell like if you were to copy and paste a post word for word, it might be okay a lot sometimes, but other times people might read it and be like, that doesn't sound like her. That sounds canned or whatever it is. So, keep those things in mind too when you're forming your posts and thinking of ideas. Just be yourself. Use this as inspiration, but like, if anything, just show who you are and what you think and your values and that type of thing in your posts.
One time she made a post asking about people who use the Diva Cup. And I was like, what the heck? Okay. All right. So more motivation for your audience. Val Basso is the one on the top left and the one on the right. She's another one who does that awesome, morning workout. She's a mom of 2. Her husband's away overseas in the military, and she's keeping it all together, holding down the fort. Talking about packing lunches for the kids and the clothes are laid out and blah, 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 blah. So just letting people know like, hey, the struggle is real. I'm going through it too, but let's do this together. This is your little bit of motivation for the day. Bonnie Engel, I really like, she's talking about it's late. I'm tired, but I have to do it. Done is better than perfect every time. So, they're just keeping it real. And then we talked about what has coaching done for you. So yes, a lot of the top coaches, they were able to leave their full-time jobs and stay at home with their children. That's all great and well, but what they don't tell you is how long it took them, which 2 to 3 years on average is what it took them to do that. So, don't necessarily post like Brittany Leggett or Jacqueline Stokes and talk about how you got to leave your full-time job and stay home. You could do what Chelsea Pearson does. You get to stay home with your puppy, which I would do. But, like I said, did you get to take your, significant other out for a special, day out? Things that you wouldn't normally just go and do, money that you wouldn't just go and spend. I remember talking about like our water softener went out last year, and it was like one of the first big things that went out in our house. And I made a post like, wow, like in the past, I would have stressed about this. I mean, we have car payments, mortgage, student loan payments every month. Like, this would just be one thing that would stress me out. I got to throw a huge chunk of change at my student loans over the summer. Hell yeah, I'm really proud of that. So I have to post about that. I need to share what this is doing for me, what this is doing for my family. Marley just was at the vet on Friday. The bill was $300. That's almost my car payment for the month. So if I didn't have this extra income coming in, like, we would have been tight this month. So just little things like that. You don't have to make it this big, grand, extreme thing. Or you could talk about even a non-financial thing, which is like maybe like some sort of personal growth that you've found, or maybe you can hold a plank for 1 minute. And just being part of your challenge groups and constantly being held accountable has really helped your health and fitness. Devin, can you think of some other examples?
Trying to think. Just, even little things like having confidence or being surrounded by a group of people that like lift you up and support you and motivate you. Maybe you never had that before coaching or the accountability group that you joined. And maybe this is the first time where you feel like you have connection with people and have friends in your groups and in your team or whatever it may be. Those things are huge too. Confidence, I think, is something that might get overlooked a little bit when we think about what coaching does for us. But for me personally, starting your own business from home is flipping scary. But each day that we do this and keep moving forward, we're proving that we are actual CEOs of our own business and we can do this and manage this. And things like that, I think, can be talked about a lot.
Or even paying for your monthly Shakeology or upgrading to a new fitness program. Those are things that I kind of now take advantage of where I'm like, I really shouldn't just discount the fact that I spend $200 a month on a really awesome shake that my husband and I drink. That's $200. It's a pretty big deal. But because of coaching, that's paid for. So. All right. Involve your family in your posts. Those of you who have kids, or for me, I involve my dog and my husband a lot. Val had this post a while back about, a healthy, nutritious meal that's, kitty approved and that's 21-day fix approved. That was kind of my point of my post tonight was, the portion control thing. Raina Odell, it was a video, but her kiddos were doing her workout with her because it was Saturday and I don't want to skip this, but I also want to spend time with my family. So I'm going to teach them some good habits as well. I found this one on the left today, which is exactly what I was like. I don't want to poop black. What the hell? Who would eat a black burger?
That burger, freaks me out.
It's so gross.
It's scary.
So gross. But I did find this on somebody's timeline. So, yeah, you could buy this disgusting pile or a hot dog that has DNA in it, which I found today. Or you could spend $3.25 on a serving of Shakeology and get your vitamins, get your nutrients. So just kind of like making it seem so ridiculous, the fact that you would say, I can't afford Shakeology, I'm not going to pay for that. Those fast food restaurants charge an arm and a leg for food that's not even good for you, that comes from horse meat.
Gross. It's gagged.
For real. Okay, and some of the objections that I've gotten in the past are just I don't want to work out at home. That stuff doesn't work. I need to go to a gym. But I always, talk about do you even know what you're doing when you go to the gym? Especially if they're a person that has approached me and they say, well, I don't want to work out at home. I already work out at a gym. What I want to say is, and how is that going for you? But I don't. I post about it. So these two posts basically are just yeah, I work out at home and I have awesome results from it. It's, that time when I can fit it into my schedule. I don't have to wait for the hours of the gym. I don't have to wait to work out outside of those busy hours when everybody else is going to the gym. I don't have to wait in line for equipment. I can literally roll out of bed in the morning and just put on my tennis shoes and bust out my 30-minute workout, and I'm done for the day. So, yeah, you guys, if you work out at home, take some pictures of yourself in your workout space. People think I don't have the space or equipment for it either. Like, take a picture of your 5x5 workout area. And if you do like Shaun T programs, you don't even need any equipment. If you do, the 21-day fix, if you have just a couple cheap weights or a resistance band, those are all things that you can use to your advantage in your posts. And that's my last one.
I like it. And something too, like, we think about, like, I know we've talked about incentives and different things like that to help get, your last few Success Club points. But I just thought of this idea right now with the 21-day fix on sale this month. Like Leah said, you just need maybe some light weights or some bands. Those are like $5-10 at Target. Purchase a couple sets of those, use it as a giveaway. Anyone who purchases this program will get these free weights. And now you're set to go. Like, you have everything you need in 21 days to drop some weight, tone up, get healthy, whatever it may be. But it might be a nice incentive to, or a good idea to use if you're willing to do that.
I'm going to share again, although I don't really like these kinds of pictures because they seem, for lack of a better term, slutty. You could talk about how this month you could get the 21-day fix or Body Beast for just $10, after your purchase of Shakeology, which you could say, I'll buy you your program with the purchase of Shakeology. And then, of course, they would buy the challenge pack and you would just reimburse them $10. Or you could do a Fixate cookbook giveaway. Well, this is what she's talking about in here. She's talking about she's going to select a random person to win a Fixate cookbook. So you have some options there, too. The Fixate cookbook is $15 for coaches, and it's $20 for the general population. So, really not super, super expensive at all.
And two,
and definitely for the Success Club points.
Yeah, and if you had people in the past that were interested in a challenge group and just, decided to not go, move on or go through with it or whatever it may be, follow up with those people if you do run some sort of incentive or like giveaway and you're planning on doing it. Before you post about it, message those people and just say, hey, I was thinking of you. I'm putting together a little giveaway for my next group, but I want to give you first dibs on a spot in this group to be entered in this drawing because I know you were interested before. And I just want to follow up with you and let you know there's still a spot for you if you want this. And I can put you in the giveaway drawing or something along that line. So if you did that to like say 10, 15, 20 people, do that first and then post your giveaway post, because chances are they'll see that and then they'll see their message and be like, oh, and it'll create some urgency for them to at least respond to you, even if it's a no. But it kind of gets things on their radar a little bit.
Yeah, I would just say that you need to make sure that you're posting at least 3 times a day. And just be really, really diligent about a nice quality picture that's going to be eye-catching. And don't just throw something up just to throw something up. I'd rather you not post anything at all if you're just going to throw up a hazy, fuzzy picture of something that really isn't valuable to other people. I just sold this challenge pack tonight to somebody that I have been messaging with since last summer when I first started. She finally, it was post the objection that I did in my group today. She was saying I already do all these things. I just don't know why I have to put that much more effort into something and spend money on it. And again, I was like, well, what you're doing working? If it was, you probably wouldn't be reaching out. But what she needed to see was the 21-day fix approved food list is what got her over the hump. So send people those food lists, send them a sample meal plan, talk about what the workouts are like. But yeah, she thought you had to eat like zucchini all the time.
Like what?
I don't like squash. I'm like, you don't have to eat squash ever, actually. So people just have this like preconceived notion of what things are, and we just have to make it really clear to them. They are going by hearsay. They're looking at the infomercials and they're not really getting the bigger picture of what we offer, which, our challenge groups are thebomb.com. So, really hit those up and talk about the accountability piece too. Talk about the accountability in your posts. Say, things like, I didn't really want to get up and work out this morning, but, I check in every day with my challenge group and those people hold me accountable. And I know if I didn't do it, then I would have to, talk to them about it. I don't want to let anyone down. So
yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to add, but just when you're messaging with people, like just think about them. And if they're saying no, bottom line, majority of the time is that they're just scared. They're scared of wasting their money. They're scared of joining a group, putting themselves out there, trying something different, maybe scared of success, scared of if they lose all this weight, then what? Like they might be scared of a million different things, but it's our job to get them over that fear. So if it's something like not wanting to eat squash, we'll show them they don't have to eat squash. Or if it's, time management or whatever it may be, like look at the objections call that we did last week. Just try to overcome that fear for them and make them not scared anymore, because that's the biggest thing. Once they get over that, they'll realize how easy it is to fit in a 30-minute workout, to plan out your meals for the week. And then from there, it's just getting them into that routine with our groups. And that's somebody that might be in your group a few more times, or someone that could give you a referral, or someone that might become a coach because they found awesome results and want to pay it forward. So, keep all those things in mind when you're messaging with people. They're real people. They have real feelings. Don't think of it as a sale, but just think of it as talking with a friend, and trying to make a solution that works for them. That's all it is. We're basically just problem solvers is what it comes down to. So keep that in mind.
Well, I just to pose the question, like how many of you would have just said, okay, thanks for responding, or okay, thanks, never mind. Hearing somebody say, I already do all this stuff and it's more money than I want to spend. How many of you would just have said, okay, thanks, bye. You got to dig into the conversation and really find out what's holding these people back. Mm-hmm. So what? The conversation might take you 3 days. So what? Then you really know where this person is coming from, what they're so afraid of. It's definitely worth your time.
I like it. Anyone have any questions or anything before we're done? Things to add that's worked for you, or posts that have caught your eye or anything like that? Well, I think we did our job, Leah. Just kidding. Totally kidding.
Shakalaka.
Well, next week, Sunday is the 1st. So Saturday is the deadline, guys. We have 5 days to hit Success Club. We can all do it. I don't know if Lacey's still on this call, but she went from -2 to SC10 in 1 day last month. Like 1 day.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Actually, that's happened twice to her.
So pretty much it can be
positive.
She proved
Starting
it.
From the bottom.
Yeah. Below the bottom.
It works.
Yeah. So
every single person can do it.
Exactly.
No reason why not.
Exactly. Well, cool.
All right. Well, kill it, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you all for hopping on. I appreciate it. It was fun to see all you.
Post your objections on our team pages so we can help you work through them too.
Yep.
Or questions or whatever.
Do it.
Do it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you and I are having fun, Devin.
Yeah, we'll just go on and on and on. Just kidding.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Gavin, can you hang on for a sec?
What?
Can you hang on for just a sec? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Okay, so I'm only asking this just because Megan asked me again and messaged me, and I went in back office and she's still showing as inactive.
Megan is?
Yeah, like I know she'll be active with the challenge pack, but like I just want to like ease her mind a little bit because she's like worked on the Beachbody website page and she got it up to like 78%, but it's still not showing her active.
Where are you looking at that? Because I'm looking right now and it shows her as active on my downline.
Shoot, really? I was looking under my genealogy.
Oh, you know what? I would not look under that. I tell people to steer clear of that option. You know, it's there for a reason, but honestly, look at your sponsorship drill down instead under my downline. That is where you want to look every single time because it updates, I guess. I don't know what, I actually didn't really realize graphical genealogy showed if they were active or not.
It's confusing, but
yeah, I would just steer clear of that view.
Okay. So where do you see her? Sorry, where were you looking?
If you go click on my business, then my downline, and then the last option that drops down is sponsorship drill down.
Oh.
Click on that. And that'll show like her name, email, all of her info, her projected status, which should show active. That's what it shows on my end.
Yeah, it shows active. I think she was looking at, for her, like, you know, you can see your status on the left side.
Yeah.
She said it still wasn't showing, but I mean, I told her, I was like, it might take like 24 hours, but.
Yeah. But no, she's good. As long as she's showing up active on your sponsorship drill down, like she's totally good to go.
Awesome.
And and honestly, her profile, it should be good to go too. If she's at 78%, because I think, let me just double check what mine is at, but I'm sure I'm like the same.
I know I'm at 78 and I'm active. I don't know if like some of the categories count for more than others, but I just told her exactly which ones I was like progressed in and which one I'm not.
Yeah, let me just double check.
But hers, I looked at her page and it looked all good. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? She had her programs and all that picked out.
Okay. I think I'm at 90% somehow. I have no idea how I got there. One of the things I know people get like stuck on is the my blog portion, which
you got it though.
I honestly just put like one post there. That's it. And it just says, I'm excited to be a coach, blah, blah, blah. I just signed up, blah, blah, blah. Really short paragraph. And that's the only thing I've ever put on that option. And it gave me like way more completion on my profile for some reason.
Yeah, no, she's got her blog. I think like everything looks good. She was just like when I was on my way home from work tonight and I'm like, shit. So I like quick logged in and didn't see it, but.
Okay. Yeah. She should be good though.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
Yay. And congrats too. Like, honestly, I was going to tell you, you know, you're so new as a coach and to find a working coach as fast as you did is not typical. Like it sometimes takes months, even like a year or so for that to happen for a lot of coaches. So
people just like gain emerald and drop it a lot though. I feel like that happens probably a lot.
It does. Cause you do have to maintain, you know, an active person on each leg, at least one on each side to remain emerald. But with emerald, like once you reach it, you're emerald. If you lose it, you know, you're not emerald anymore. But you can get it, you know, the day you become emerald is the day that you'll start making that team volume bonus and all that stuff.
Right.
If you lose it, you won't get that bonus anymore. But keep in mind, like once you reach diamond, like the day you reach diamond, you're in qualification period for 6 weeks. So you have to hold that diamond rank for 6 weeks to be a lifetime diamond. So that's the only difference between like emerald and moving up to diamond is that like once you're emerald, you're emerald. You don't have to hold it for 6 weeks or anything like that. But once you reach diamond, you have to hold it for 6 weeks to remain that as your like lifetime title. So, but that we'll talk about that as you go along and get closer. And I don't want to like bombard you with a bunch of extra stuff right now.
Like as soon as I signed her up, I was looking at all the ranks and advancements and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I just need to like focus on this.
Yeah, start with, look at your big goal, but just break it down, into smaller goals, whether it's like each week, each couple weeks, or each month. Like, if your next goal is diamond, or if your next goal is even ruby, which is kind of that midpoint between emerald and diamond, look at what you need to be a ruby and just break it down into smaller goals. Like if you want to be a ruby by, the end of November, that means you need to add, let's see, is it
an emerald on? So you need 4 coaches, right? 2 on each, and they need to be emerald on each.
Yeah, you do need an emerald on each side. And I want to say you just need 4 coaches total. It might be 4 or 6. It's either 2 on each side or 3 on each side with an emerald within those coaches on each side.
Right. Okay.
But look at that and just break it down. You've got your one working coach on one side. You could sign up your man on the other side if you really wanted and control his account, and then you would be emerald. And you can make him emerald, and then once Megan goes emerald, then you just need discount coaches or preferred customers to make up the rest of those coaches to be either ruby or diamond.
Right. Yeah, I've toyed around with the idea of putting him there just to get to emerald, but it's still such a I struggle so much even trying to do the 100 every month. So
yeah. Well, what I would do is wait on him and sign up other people. And if you need him, if it's like you need one more emerald on the one side, or one more coach, then you kind of have that in your back pocket.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of thinking too, because if I sign him up just to get to emerald and then for some reason she drops out, then I'm like, okay, shit. Because I'm yeah. But I don't know. She's going hard at it. She doesn't want to send invites yet, but she's just getting warm market by word of mouth. So
yeah, well, that's good. But yeah, she should. I mean, I know inviting is scary, and I know it's something that you didn't want to do as much in the beginning either. But the more you do it, the easier and better it gets. So if she can get started on that early, even if it's just 2 to 3 people a day, just to say, hey, I thought of you with my next group. Just want to give you the info and give you a heads up. Let me know what you think. Something like that at least kind of gets her started with it. And just let her know, if she's talking to people, those people are going to automatically, start noticing her with her posts, too. So even if they say no or don't respond, the bug's in their ear. So they're going to see her posts, and get more engagement on her posts by doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I know it's scary. I was the same way. But honestly, if there's one thing I've regretted since starting coaching is inviting. I should have done it way sooner.
It's not so bad. I go through waves of it. I don't do it every day. I know it's bad, but
yeah,
I'll try to send out a bunch at once. It's not so bad once you do it. And I stress out when I don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same exact way. And you'll notice too, your business won't be consistent if you're not doing it every day. It'll have a lot of ups and downs if say you do 20 one week and then 5 the next, 20 the next week. You'll notice your business will do the same thing. It'll be very up and down.
One more question. So this is you started doing messages on Instagram, right?
I did.
How are you finding real people? I keep finding fake accounts, which is really fucking annoying. And coaches.
No,
it's all coaches. I'm holy shit.
I just go through all my followers and start there. Or start with people liking my posts. There is a lot of BS out there and a lot of randoms that are not real people that are just people that give you extra followers if you pay for them or something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you gotten any hits on it yet?
I've gotten 2 people that have responded. Nothing has come of it yet, but it's the conversation is going. So I figure that's better than nothing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I'm going to try to do more of that because Instagram is just something that I've not really tapped into yet. And it's something I know that you can reach a huge amount of people, with Instagram versus Facebook. So
I know. I have this idea that if you find people on Instagram to coach, it's they're going to be more into sticking with it because
yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, I think you'll just get people that are really interested, more serious about it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then, so preseason is Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yes. I'm going to try to get the posting guide going tomorrow and just get it posted in our group so we can give everybody a heads up of what it looks like. But yeah, it'll be Friday through Sunday, and then Monday we'll officially start the 21 days.
Awesome. So I don't think she has anyone, but she had asked me, she had someone interested, but not in 21 Day Fix.
Oh, that's totally fine.
I told her
Seriously.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, we're advertising it as 21 Day Fix only, but nobody else is really gonna know.
No, she can still join that same group. It'll still give her the same accountability, and
Yeah.
that's totally fine.
That's what I told her. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just had an idea because I was like on Facebook when we were in this meeting. So one of the other coaches, like she's super successful here in Canada actually, but whatever. Anyway, so for the free Crockpot group,
Yeah,
have you thought about doing like making it an event?
we can
Instead of-
definitely. Yeah, I've toyed around with that idea, and I've done it in the past for certain stuff, and it's been hit or miss for me in the past. But I think since it's a free group, it might work in our favor. And you can make the event public so that people can share it on their own and invite their own people or add people to the event on their own too.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, just to get more people like at the same time. I mean, you could get way too many people, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, and
But I
I don't
also-
think that would be bad either, you know?
No, exactly. You're adding more people to the market. And yeah, I think people are more apt to just like click join because that's all I have to do.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
Because I was mentioning it to people at work and nobody was in on it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's so
Yeah,
free.
it's free recipes. Like, what?
You don't even need to
Help me.
post a recipe. Just
You can be a fly on the wall. Like, you don't have to
Ugh.
participate. Ugh. You'll get them.
All right. Sweet. Well, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. How's everything going otherwise?
Good.
Good. I know it's late. I don't want to keep you on the phone forever, but
Oh no, that's okay. I was super excited to come home and just like read tonight because I need to get back on personal development. Like it's my favorite part, but I'm like that's where I'm struggling right now.
yeah.
I feel like I need to do that before I start like sending out a bunch of invites again.
Well, it does help. Like, I read personal development before I send invites all the time because it gives me like confidence and I'm like better with objections and it's a good thing.
I know for sure. But yeah, I was on the are you doing that training call with Melanie Mitchell? Probably not Melanie Mitchell and Alyssa.
No, I haven't hopped on yet. I know there's recordings I can listen to, and I think I'm going to still listen to them, just because it'll help me help others as well. So, but
No, I was on that tonight, so I was like, damn it, I can't read, but it was pretty good. It was kind of my PD for the day, so.
no, those calls do count as PD for the day. I'm serious. Like, there's a lot you can gain from them. So, like, your personal development doesn't always have to be a book. Like, I know you do podcasts a lot too, which is awesome. But just hopping on calls or listening to calls you missed, like old wake-up calls or anything like that, totally counts.
Oh no, Alyssa's like a personal development preacher, so.
Oh my God, I know.
She was just like yelling at us. I was like, all right, well, gotta get off
I
this
guess
call.
I'll do it. Well, you know, every single person in Beachbody, like whether you're Carl Deichler or a brand new coach, like that's got success from this, every single person says personal development is non-negotiable. You need to do it every day if you want success. So it's like, shit, I better do it every day.
I love it, but yeah, sometimes
do
I'm like,
too.
fuck, I just don't have time to read. But I always listen to podcasts like nonstop, so.
Yeah, so that's good then. You're good.
Yeah.
As long as it's like a steady stream of PD every day, you're good to go.
I know. Yeah, how's your month going?
I'm struggling. I'm
Yeah.
right there with everybody else. Just really, you know, I'm just hoping everything I'm doing now creates momentum for next month, but I just need to get to Success Club and
No, I'm
try to
sure.
get my husband there too, and it's just been blah. But
Yeah,
And
that's hard.
yeah.
Balancing.
But that's why I wish I was more consistent in the beginning, because I think it'd be easier at this point, you know?
Yeah.
So
What's sorry, I don't mean to keep you either, but have you ever noticed, like, you know, you can see when people read their messages?
yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of people aren't reading the messages even.
Oh,
Like
really?
that, because it's been a lot of crickets, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I was like, just going back so I could catch up on all my tracking
Mm-hmm.
to write down who I've already invited, and I've noticed like it's just a little arrow, which means they don't click on it to read.
Yeah. I actually noticed the same thing not that long ago. And those are the people I will just send another message and just say, hey, just following up with my last message. Not sure if you got it. You know, hope all is well. And like, then they'll see that one. So a lot of times, like for me, like my son grabs my phone all the time and like will click on stuff and I don't see notifications or I miss messages.
Yeah.
And they just get lost in my inbox. So that could be the case with people, or they just don't see the message or just disregard it somehow. And so I would just follow up again, because then they'll see the notification again and you might catch them that time.
For sure. Yeah, no, I followed up with someone the other day and she actually responded. So I was like, okay, well, I wonder if like nobody's seeing these messages.
Yeah, just do a bunch of follow-ups and see what happens.
Yay. All right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. 5 more days.
Cool. Well, thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. I know, like I said, it's late there, but it just shows you're serious about it and, you know, you want to make things happen. So
I just need to get consistent in inviting.
you can do it. Wake up, do that the first thing you do every single day.
I know. Well, see, that's where I'm kind of struggling. Is like yeah, I don't invite first thing, but I do like jump on right away and try to do stuff.
Yeah.
But,
I've
yeah.
noticed myself, like if I just do it right away and it's done for the day, like the
Yeah.
rest of the day is like a breeze.
I know, seriously, it's the biggest thing I stress out about. So getting out of the way would be good. But
Yeah, exactly.
yay.
Awesome. Well, yeah, just let me know if there's anything I can do to help, but I'll keep that message going too with our Fall Classic teams. And, you know, I'm there to help. I know you guys are all fairly new, so I don't want to like leave you on your own by any means. So utilize me as much as you need. And I will definitely share anything with you that I would share with anybody else. So
Yeah, no, thanks. It's I'm trying to just stress to Megan that it's not, because I feel like she's a little overwhelmed, but she's doing really great. But I'm like, okay,
all for fun. You know, it's just a friendly
Yeah.
contest where you can potentially win
prizes.
prizes and help some people.
I'm going to LA, so cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, thanks for the help with Megan though, because I know I've been like
Oh, it's okay.
stuff, so that's awesome.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's exciting, but it's a little overwhelming when you're a new coach and you have like someone who wants to coach. So
I know.
totally get it.
Well, no, that's good. That kind of pushes me to like research a little more in the back office on my own and
Yeah,
find questions for her, so answers.
I like it.
All right, well, successful 5 by Saturday.
Yeah, let's do it. 5 days.
Yay. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye, thanks, Evan.
Bye. Thank you.